Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today, since I haven't started nursing school yet, I wanted to talk about how I got to nursing school. So basically my educational history, classes that I took before nursing school, and my recommendations on what to take before starting nursing school. So my story is probably going to be a lot different than most people's, but I also have some similarities that you probably can relate to, or just some advice on things that I've messed up over the course of my college years that I think most people can relate to. So let me start by saying that I went to an early college, high school, and if you don't know what that is, it is my high school was on a college campus, our local community college. I took all of my classes there. We had our own little building, and from the day I was a freshman until my last day of senior year, I was in college classes. So within those 4 years, I received my associate's degree. For nursing school, the classes that I took that related to my degree would be English 1 and English 2. The English 2 is going to end up helping me with my bachelor's. I did not need it to get into nursing school. General psych and developmental psych, I took both of those while in high school, and general bio, and everything else I took after I graduated. So when I graduated high school, I went to a 4-year university. I was a pre-med student. I wanted to go to medical school. I thought being a doctor would be the coolest thing ever. No offense to people that are doctors. I've just learned that that's not for me. So while I was at university, I was taking physics, cognitive psychology, abnormal psychology, and like this learning commons block that was required for all freshmen at the university that I went to. And I ended up dropping out of university 1 month in. I was not dealing well with being away from home. I was 3.5 hours, 4 hours away from home, and both of my grandparents were sick. Me and my roommate weren't getting along. I had a boyfriend back home that I was missing, which is a terrible reason to move back home. But you know, you're 18 and you're stupid, and love lasts forever when you're 18. So I ended up coming back home 1 month in, and I dropped all of my classes except for one that was online, which was a gerontology class, basically the study of aging. So I decided, okay, I'm going to transfer to a university that's closer to home. It was only about 25-30 minutes away from my parents' house where I was living, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do nursing because I hated physics, and you have to take physics to be a doctor. So I was just like, being a doctor, not for me. I can't stand physics. So I transferred to a university. I was taking a dance class just as an elective, nutrition, statistics. I believe that was it. And I struggled really hard still at being at university. I don't know what didn't click for me, but I could not, for the life of me, like make everything go together where I was showing up to class on time. My financial aid didn't transfer from the other 4-year university that I was at to this one, even though it was all within like the same system. So I ended up failing every single one of my classes except for dance. So that is just like a black hole in my university history. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I clearly can't make it at university, or that's what I was thinking. So I was like, okay, the community college I went to before offers nursing. Let me see what the prereqs are, and let me start working on them. So I took an English that they required. It was more like research-based English. I took AMP 1, and I can't remember what else I took that semester. Anyways, The English class went really well. It was super, I don't want to say easy, but it wasn't challenging. And then I was taking AMP1, and I am not a memorizer. I can't memorize things to save my life. So knowing every single bone in the body, every single muscle, the sutures in the brain, I was just like, whoosh, was not working out for me. And in that semester, my grandpa ended up passing away, and I was also working 2 jobs at the time, full time, and I just could not handle it. I was literally sleeping every chance I got. Didn't want to get out of bed to do anything. I was not eating well. I was just super depressed. So I was like, maybe college just isn't for me. Like, I know I got my associate's degree already in just like general education, but something's not right here. So I was just like, I'm gonna drop out. So I have now dropped out of college 3 different times. And I ended up getting a promotion at work the next spring and another promotion. And all of a sudden I was, in a real like adult career at 19. I was a restaurant general manager for Taco Bell. So I ran the whole store. And I was really good at it for a while. So I did that for 3 years, and I was like, this doesn't make me happy. I don't come to work and be like, gosh, I love my job. Not even I like my job anymore. Like, I was stressed out, I was depressed, and I wasn't like taking care of myself. And if you guys relate to depression, anxiety, I can make a video about mine, because I have definitely struggled. So in the spring of 2018, I said, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna do it. So I started looking into local programs, and one of the local universities or local colleges offered surgical technology. So a surgical technologist is someone that's in the OR with the surgeon, with the circulating nurse, with an operating nurse. And from what I learned in the program, you're the one that's responsible for handing the instruments to the doctor, make sure you're handing them correctly, making sure that the operating room is sterile, all your equipment is sterile, and helping with the cleanup process afterwards. And even though I didn't think I was gonna get in, I did. I had 2 surgical technology classes to take, a biology class, and the school required that you take like a learning commons with biology because they had such a high fail rate for AMP1. So in total, I had 19 credit hours, and I was still trying to work a full-time job as an assistant manager at Taco Bell. So my plate was very full, and I still could not grasp AMP because this particular teacher required us to know how to spell everything, and it wasn't like multiple choice answers. It was, what is this muscle right here? Just spell it out. And I was like, even if I did know what this muscle is, I don't know how to spell it. Because if you've taken AMP or any biology, it's not like ankle, easy to spell. So halfway through the semester, I had like a 52 in the class. My surgical technology classes were going great. I had A's in both of my classes, but if I could not pass AMP, I could not stay in the program. So I met with my surgical technology department head, which was also my teacher and also technically my academic advisor, and I was like, I can't pass this. We had done tutoring together, like every day before and after class I was in tutoring, and I would do great in tutoring and do great with her questions, but whenever it came time to be in class, I was doing terrible. And I was like, told her what was going on, like I just had a test and I had got a 56 on it, and I was like, I'm not gonna pass. There's no way that even if I got 100s on every exam, which isn't feasible, that I'm gonna pass. So I have to drop. And she was like, if you drop this, you have to drop out of the program. And that's what ended up happening. I dropped out of my program. So 4th try of college, axed out. So I was really disappointed in myself and decided to start seeing a therapist, and worked really hard the next few months, and in January decided to get my CNA license and also go back to the original community college that I had went to and try to take A&P one more time. I also enrolled in an art appreciation class just as an elective that I needed for entrance into the program and my degree. So I'm taking those classes, taking my CNA class, and really focused on school because I had CNA class 3 days a week for 8 hours, and it was an 8-week course, and my classes were online for art, and I took a hybrid version of A&P. So that meant I went to school for my lab and then did all of the lecture online. And I ended up passing with a B that past semester, and that was spring of 2019. What also happened in spring of 2019 is I got engaged, and then in June I got married and ended up moving from North Carolina to Colorado after my summer semester. So during the summer I just took A&P 2 because I knew I needed it to get through nursing school. So whenever I moved to Colorado, I didn't want to apply for a fall program when I knew that I was going to be moving here. I didn't want to move out here 3 weeks later, start nursing school. I thought it would be too much. I wanted to find a therapist out here, get moved into our apartment, start married life. So I just started taking more prereqs or classes that were in the actual nursing program. So I took pathophysiology and math for clinical calculations, both of which were online. I had to go to school for my patho test and go to school for my clinical calculations tests. And ended up passing both of my classes. I passed pathophysiology with an A and math for clinical calculations with a C. My advice when in clinical calculations, and this is just from my experience, my teacher required us to solve the dosages a certain way. It didn't matter if I got the right answer. If I didn't do it the correct way, then it was wrong. And that was something I really struggled with because in my brain it only clicked one way, and so I couldn't figure out how to do it any other way. So just really take time practicing how to do that, and you'll end up being way better off than I was. So this previous spring of 2020, I took microbiology and human nutrition, and I had to take this academic integrity class to get into one of the programs, which I found out 2 weeks after the tuition withdrawal. If you withdrew, you would still get your tuition back. That I didn't need to take it because I already had successfully completed more than 19 credit hours. So that was a waste of my money. So make sure to look into those things whenever you're looking at programs, especially if you already have a lot of credits. So I ended up getting an A in both microbiology and human nutrition. They were both completely online. I ended up doing the labs at my house for microbiology. I had a microscope. I had different bacteria growing downstairs in my basement, and it was honestly a really fun class. It challenged me, but it made me think and made me start thinking more as a medical professional than just a student. So in May of 2020, I found out that I was getting into nursing school at Otero Junior College, and also got into another community college, which I decided not to go to. The reason I chose the program that I'm in now is it's non-traditional. I have class 2 nights a week and clinicals on the weekends. And while to some people, going to clinicals on the weekends might not sound like a good idea or a fun idea, to me it was better than having to work every single weekend. And by going to school at night, I can work a few hours during the day before I have to go to class, and that has made it to where I have 2 days off where I don't have school or work and I can focus on my studies. I don't have to work while I'm in school, like financially, but since I was 16, I've never not had a job, and I do really well when I'm busy and okay, I have to get this done today. It doesn't matter that it's not due for another week. If I don't do it today, I'm not gonna have time to do it. And that's how I've been all throughout school, like the past 2 semesters where I've been, living in Colorado, working full-time and going to school full-time. I did really well because I'm focused now. I have a family that I want to be, in my career for. And I'm in a much better place mentally, through therapy, medications, you name it, I've probably done it. And now the school that I'm in offers dual enrollment after 1 successful semester of your ADN, and you can start working on your bachelor's. And because I have been in school for so long now, the only class I need to take is statistics and then just my bachelor's nursing classes. And when I talk to an advisor, they're like, if you do 1 class every 8 weeks for all your semesters, you can graduate a semester later after getting your associates with your bachelor's. So that's my goal for right now. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I know nursing school is going to be hard. It's going to be harder than anything I've ever done before, and I don't want to put too much on my plates and overwhelm myself like I have in the past. But I want to get my bachelor's because I want to get my master's in nursing and be a nurse practitioner in the emergency room. That is my ultimate goal. So I hope you guys got to learn a little bit about me today and my educational journey into getting into nursing school. School starts on the 17th of August for me, 2020. I have Fundamentals of Nursing and Pharmacology 1 starting out. And I can't wait to show you guys what happens this semester. I'm about to finish ordering my nursing supplies, so I'm going to put up a haul for you guys. I'm so excited because I just got my stethoscope in yesterday and I want to show it off. But comment down below, let me know if you have any comments, questions, and if there's anything you guys would like to see. Also, my Instagram is linked down below. You can follow me and I'll be posting pictures along the way, as well as continue to upload on YouTube. Alright, well, thank you guys, and I hope you have a great day.